Welcome to Legion Builds, where I guide you on how to bring your favorite fictional characters into Dungeons & Dragons. This video and all my content is made possible by my Patreon supporters, and it's dedicated to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You're all the reasons why this keeps going. Join the Legion today at patreon.com/63rdlegion for free and help decide next week's new character. Joining my paid tiers allows you early access to my content, a shout out in my videos, homebrew D&D items for your games, and a chance to play some D&D in the Patreon community. We now have a Discord. It's just getting started, but we have some future plans coming, like events for Discord members and Patreon members. Today we're diving into one of the greatest comics of all time. It's The Ghost That Walks, the Phantom. The Phantom is an immortal warrior who stands against pirates and those who use the tools of cruelty to feed their greed. He is the ghost that brings justice to evil men. This, of course, is only partially true. The Phantom is actually a title passed down from generation to generation of the Walker family. Growing up, each generation of the family trains their oldest child in all the things that they will need to become the Phantom: marksmanship, unarmed combat, survival, stealth, and tactics. Upon the completion of their training and the retirement of the previous Phantom, they take the Oath of the Skull, ascending to become the new Phantom. In battle, the Phantom is a master of hand-to-hand combat and leaves his enemies marked by the symbol of his skull ring. Even outside of melee range, the Phantom is armed with twin pistols he uses with great accuracy. And of course, we can't forget about his trusted and loyal allies, his Wolf Devil and his Horse Hero. For today's build, we'll be using the Player's Handbook. We're using standard point array to keep things simple, and we are multi-classing, but they use the same stat minimum, so this should be easy. Make Wisdom 15, Con 14, Dex 13, Intelligence 12, Strength 10, and we're going to be dumping Charisma with an 8. Don't want to, but we have to. I'll fix this in like 2 seconds. The Phantom is a human, resourceful, grants you a free inspiration dice at the end of a long rest, if you don't already have one. Skillful grants you a free skill, grab Athletics. Versatile gives you a free origin feat. For this feat, Alert adds your proficiency bonus to your initiative rolls and allows you to switch places in initiative before combat begins with a willing ally, as long as both of you aren't incapacitated. To finish out your lineage, you know the language Common and 2 more of your choice. For background, place +2 into Charisma and +1 into Wisdom. For your origin feat, Tough gives you double your current character level in HP and then gives you +2 HP to every level after. For skills, take Acrobatics and Perception. To finish out your background, take Proficiency in Thieves' Tools to get into locked areas. Level 1 Rangers start things off with 3 skills. Grab Stealth, Animal Handling, and Survival. You are proficient in all weapons, light and medium armor, shields, and the saving throw strength and dex. Spellcasting gives you the ability to cast spells. You're going to start with 2 first level spells. Your spellcasting modifier is Wisdom, and you regain all used spell slots at the end of a long rest. Before we get to those spells, you get a free spell with Favorite Enemy. This gives you the spell Hunter's Mark. This lets you mark an enemy with a bonus action within 90 feet for 1 hour while you maintain the spell. While active, you deal an extra 1d6 force damage to the creature, and you have advantage on perception and survival checks to find them. Also, if they die before the spell is up, you can use your bonus action to move the mark to another creature within 90 feet. Because of your favored foe feature, you can cast this spell 2 times without a spell slot per long rest. Weapon Mastery allows you to use special properties of your weapons. When you finish a long rest, you choose 2 weapons you are proficient with, and now you have those weapons mastery properties. For some weapon masteries you will use, hand crossbows and pistols give you Vex, which gives you advantage on your next attack against a creature that you've hit and damaged with this weapon. For your spells, Animal Friendship targets a beast within 30 feet and forces a Wisdom save. If they fail, they are charmed by you for 24 hours. Any creature that is charmed by you can't attack you or harm you, and you have advantage on all ability checks to interact with them socially, like Animal Handling. This spell will end early if you or your allies harm the beast. Longstrider adds 10 feet to your total movement for 1 hour. Level 1 monks begin with unarmored defense. Now when not wearing armor or using shields, your AC is 10 plus your dex modifier plus your wisdom modifier. Martial arts improves your unarmed strikes, simple melee weapons, and martial weapons that have the light property. All these weapons will be known as monk weapons from here on out. Now when not wearing armor or using a shield, all attacks made with unarmed strikes and monk weapons can be dex based. You can make an unarmed strike with a bonus action, and all attacks with unarmed strikes and monk weapons can use your martial arts dice for damage. which starts off at a D6. Level 2 Rangers gain a fighting style feat. For this feat, archery adds +2 to your attack rolls you make with a ranged weapon. Deft Explorer gives you expertise in one skill. This will double the proficiency bonus to the chosen skill. Place this into athletics. You also learn 2 more languages of your choice. For your new spell, Hail of Thorns unleashes a barrage of shots with a bonus action when you hit a creature with a ranged weapon. Each creature within 5 feet of the original target must make a dex save or take 1d10 piercing damage. Level 3 Rangers now have access to their subclass. Hunter from the Player's Handbook is just a really good Ranger subclass. Hunter's lore automatically tells you if a creature marked with your Hunter's mark has any immunities, resistances, and vulnerabilities. Hunter's Prey lets you choose one of 2 features at the end of a short or long rest. For these features, Colossus Slayer lets you deal an extra 1d8 damage to a weapon attack against a creature that is below full health. Horde Breaker gives you another weapon attack. Now when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can make an additional one to a creature within 5 feet of the original target if they are also within range of the weapon. Normally I'm all for Colossus Slayer, but Horde Breaker is great for more shots. For your new spell, take what you want. Level 4 Rangers earn our first ability score improvement, and we need a feat. Crossbow Expert from the Player's Handbook adds +1 to your dex. It also lets you ignore loading properties of your crossbows you are proficient with. Being within 5 feet of an enemy doesn't cause a ranged attack to be at disadvantage. And finally, and most importantly, you can add your damage modifier to a light crossbow weapon you are holding in your offhand. You can now fire 2-hand crossbows in a single turn. For your new spell, take what you want. We're actually good on first level spells, and there's some really good ones here. What we want is higher level spells now. You've hit character level 5, bring your proficiency bonus to +3. Level 5 Rangers receive extra attack. You can now attack twice with a single attack action. You also now have second level spells. You can now cast Hunter's Mark without a spell slot 3 times per long rest. For your new spell, it's time for Devil. Summon Beast calls for Devil to fight with you. For 1 hour while you maintain the spell, you can call forth a beast of a chosen environment like air, water, or land. For Devil, go with land. Devil has 35 HP, dark vision, advantage on attacks while within 5 feet of an ally, and can deal 1d8 +6 force damage. He will obey all your commands with no action required to command him. Level 2 Monks learn Unarmored Movement. Now when not wearing armor, your speed is increased, now bringing you to 40 feet. Monk Focus gives you focus points equal to your monk level that you can spend on special features. You regain all used focus points at the end of a short or long rest. For the features you can spend these points on, Flurry of Blows cost 1 focus point, and now you can make 2 unarmed strikes with a single bonus action. Patient Defense turns Disengage into a bonus action, and for 1 focus point, you can take Disengage and dodge with the same bonus action. Step of the Wind turns Dash into a bonus action, and for 1 focus point you can take Disengage and Dash with the same bonus action and can double your jump distance. Uncanny Metabolism lets you regain all used focus points when you roll initiative and regain HP equal to your monk level plus a martial arts dice. You can do this once per long rest. Level 3 Monks now have access to their subclass. Open Hand from the Player's Handbook is going to make your punches better. Seriously, do you understand how much force it takes to imprint a ring indent into the skin? Enough to turn the skull to paste, but this is fantasy, so we're just going to make your punches hurt more. Open Hand Technique improves your Flurry of Blows. Now when you hit with your Flurry of Blows, you can impose an effect. For these effects, you can take the creature's attacks of opportunity away until the start of its next turn. You can force a strength save, pushing them back 15 feet if they fail, or knock them prone if they fail a dex save. Deflect Attack lets you reduce damage you take from attacks with a reaction. When you do this, you reduce the damage by 1d10 plus your dex modifier plus monk level. If you reduce the damage to 0 and have an open hand, you can spend 1 focus point to redirect the attack. This includes range attacks, which can be redirected out to 60 feet or 5 feet with a melee attack. Level 4 Monks earn another ability score improvement to bump up dex for better shots, damage, and AC. Slow Fall reduces falling damage you take with a reaction. When you do this, the damage is reduced by 5 times your monk level. Your character level 9, raise your proficiency bonus to +4. Level 5 monks gain Stunning Strike. Now when you hit a creature with an attack, you can spend 1 focus point to force a con save on that creature. If they pass, their speed is halved until the start of your next turn, and the next attack against them is at advantage. If they fail, they are stunned until the start of your next turn. A stunned creature automatically fails strength and dex saves. All attacks against them are at advantage. They can't maintain spells, can't speak, and they can't take any actions, bonus actions, or reactions. Your martial arts dice is now a d8. Remember, a hand crossbow is a monk weapon, so now it's dealing 1d8 for each shot. Level 6 monks learn Empowered Strikes. Your unarmed strikes are now dealing force damage. Wholeness of Body lets you heal yourself with a bonus action. You roll 1 martial arts dice and add your wisdom modifier. You can do this a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier per long rest. Your unarmored movement is now 45 feet. Level 7 monks receive Evasion. Now when you aren't incapacitated and must make a dex save, you take no damage on a success and half damage on a failure. Level 8 monks earn another ability score improvement, Bump Up Dex. Your character level 13 bring your proficiency bonus up to +5. Level 6 rangers now have Roving. Your speed is increased 10 feet when not wearing heavy armor, and you have a swimming and climbing speed. Level 7 Hunter Rangers learn Defensive Tactics. Now after you finish a short or long rest, you can choose one of 2 features. For these features, Escape the Horde makes all attacks of opportunity against you at disadvantage. Multi-attack defense gives disadvantage to attacks against you from a creature that's already hit you that turn. For your new spell, Pass Without a Trace adds +10 to your stealth checks for 1 hour while you maintain the spell, and you can pass this on to any creature within 30 feet of you. Level 8 Rangers earn another ability score improvement, Cap Off Dex. Level 9 Rangers gain Expertise to 2 skills. Choose Stealth and Acrobatics. You also gain 3rd level spells, and you can cast Hunter's Mark without a spell slot 4 times per long rest. For your new spell, Magic Weapon takes 1 non-magic weapon and adds +1 to attack and damage for 1 hour. You can only cast this spell on 1 weapon at a time. Conjure Barrage unleashes a hail of shots from your hand crossbow. Firing a 60-foot cone from your hand crossbow, you force a dex save on every creature within the cone, and they take 5d8 force damage on a failure. You've reached the final milestone, character level 17. Max out your proficiency bonus at +6. Level 10 Rangers are Tireless. You can now decrease your level of exhaustion by 1 after a short rest. You can also use your action to magically give yourself temporary HP equal to 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier. You can do this a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier per long rest. Level 11 Hunter Rangers receive Superior Hunter's Prey. Now, when you deal damage to a creature with your Hunter's Mark, you deal the spell's damage to another creature within 30 feet. For your final spell, take what you want. Our final level is level 12 Rangers, and you earn our final ability score improvement, and you have access to epic boon feats. I'm going to raise your wisdom modifier for better DC and AC, but you can take an epic boon if you don't require the boost to wisdom. Now that we've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 10, Dex 20, Con 14, Intelligence 10, Wisdom 18, Charisma 10. Your total character levels are Ranger 12, Monk 8. Let's dive in. You are what pirates fear. Using your hand crossbow, you can fire up to 3 times normal, 4 times with a horde breaker, dealing 1d8 plus 5 plus 1d6. You can also use magic to unleash a barrage of shots and hit another creature with your Hunter's Mark damage. Now on to your fists. You can attack up to 4 times, you're dealing 1d8 plus 5 plus 1d6 again, and this is force damage. With all this, you can stun your enemies. You can also summon Devil to fight with you, and you can upgrade upcast his summon for another attack. You are a ghost. Your stealth is plus 17 and you can bring this up to plus 27. You're faster than the average creature, you can climb and swim at the same speed as walk, you can dash with a bonus action and more with a bonus action. Finally, your AC is 19, your initiative is plus 11, and your total health taking the average is over 190 HP. Downside. Not much here actually. Hunter's Mark requires to be maintained and so does Summon Beast. You also have a lot of bonus actions to choose from. I don't really see any of this as a major problem in the long game, as you will eventually figure out how you want to play this character and focus on that. The biggest problem is limited resources with 8 focus points and only 10 spell slots, 3 of which are your highest level possible, so you'll burn your powerful spell slots faster. Strike fear into the corrupt and unjust and maintain the legend of the ghost that walks. I'd like to give a special shout out to my Artificer tier. Thank you, John Martin, Christopher R. Hunter, Java Squirrel, Jonathan Haynes, and Daniel Saftler. You guys rock. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week on YouTube and Spotify. And make sure to check out my Patreon where you can help decide next week's new character.